Kwe, traditional stew in Takum local government area of Taraba state, has been in existence since 1510. A government gazette in 1914 upgraded the stool to a third-class traditional ruler. The occupiers of the Kwe stool have been rotated between the Kutep ruling houses of Lekem and Akete, who are prominent members of Kwararafa Kingdom. Since the death of Ekweali Ibrahim Kufang II in 1996, the stool has remained vacant due to conflicting interests. That was the situation before Governor Abu Kefas assumed office in May 2023. He sponsored this executive bill aimed at resolving the long-standing traditional leadership tussle in Takum local government area of the state.
Order of bill for the creation of 3 third-class schools and 1 rotational first-class school in Takum among the tribes of Takum, Chamba, Takum, and Jukun Takum, respectively. I hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. I am writing to you today as the Governor of Taraba State to formally forward a bill for the creation of 3 third-class schools and 1 rotational first-class school in Takum among the 3 clans of Tep, Takum, Chamba, Takum, and Jukum, Takum, respectively. 2. The bill has been carefully drafted with the input from various stakeholders and community leaders from the affected tribes. It helps address the need of equitable representation and governance at the local level, as well as to promote peace and unity among the diverse ethnic groups in Takum local government area. Accordingly, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the creation of these schools will not only enhance the traditional governance structure in Takum, but also foster greater cooperation and understanding among the different tribes. I, Dr. Kefas, the Governor of Taraba State, do hereby forward the proposal for the creation of the 3 third-class schools and 1 rotational first-class school, Bill 2024, for passage into law by the Honorable House. Thank you for your attention to the matter, and I look forward to your favorable response.
After the first reading of the bill, the State House of Assembly mandated its Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs to organize this public hearing to get inputs from different interest groups. The chairman of the committee, Abel Daya Peter, assured the nationalists that make up Takum local government area of the state of fairness as they consider the executive bill, seeking rotation of the traditional stool among the ruling houses. Speaking more on the bill sponsored by Governor Kefas, which seeks a law to back the state government to create 3 third-class and 1 first-class traditional rulers in Takum, Peter said his committee will be fair to all parties. He emphasized the need for unity among the ethnic groups and urged them to set aside animosity and bitterness for the greater good of the community.
As you're aware, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, forwarded an executive bill to the Taraba State House of Assembly, titled A Bill to Provide for the Procedure for the Selection of Takum for Appointment by the Governor of Taraba State and for other matters connected thereto. This is the title of the bill. And by law, every bill is supposed to pass through public hearing. And we are here to take your contribution that we in turn will report back the contribution of the public to the House. So please let me appeal that we should go about it very calm, very peaceful. We are all from this state. Nobody is going anywhere. We are brothers, we are sisters. So let's take this calmly, and I allow you people to contribute freely. And please, whoever is contributing, I don't want anybody to interject. We are not here for question and answer session. We're here for you to present your views. Our secretariat is here. They will take your views and will produce the report and reflect your views in our report to the House of Assembly.
The local government is now split into two kingdoms. While some factions within the community support the proposal for a rotational system of leadership, others, notably the Kutep ethnic group, vehemently insist on the exclusive right of their people to the traditional stool.
Memorandum submitted by the Office of the Honorable Attorney General / Commissioner for Justice, Ministry of Justice, House Committee on Local Government Traditional and Chieftaincy Affairs on a bill to provide for procedure for the selection of Takum for appointment by the governor and for other matters. Introduction. The chairman and members of the House Committee, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Office of the Honorable Attorney General / Commissioner of Justice is delighted to be at this public hearing to discuss the draft bill on the procedure for the selection of Takum for appointment by the governor and for other matters. The objective of this bill is captured under Section 9 of the bill. Therefore, everyone is aware of the object of this bill. The bill has 15 clauses and seeks to provide for the procedure of selection of Takum. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, as amended, confer powers on the State House of Assembly.
Bill to provide for the procedure for the selection of Takum for appointment by the governor of Taraba State and for other matters connected thereto. We wish to commend the Honorable Speaker, members of the House Committee on Local Government, Traditional and Chieftaincy Affairs of this Honorable House, and indeed the entire Honorable House for how far you have performed your legislative functions in the past 8 months of the inauguration of this government. Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, we wish to state from the onset that we had in our submission to His Excellency, Architect Darius Dixon Ishaku, dated 11th November 2022, His Excellency Governor Abu Kefas, dated 10th August 2023, and the Serkin Jukun, in bracket, Kuru Bantin, dated 29th January 2024.
Presentation, just like we've given it to you. Ours, for the Tukum people in Takum, is an appreciation to His Excellency, the Governor, Dr. Abu Kefas, the chairman of public hearing here in Jalingo. The people, Jukum people of Takum, we want to appreciate the work well done of the committee to have considered us after a long time of the seat of Tsoho that has been left without caring for at about 200 years now.
August gathering. We, on behalf of the Chamber community in Takum, have submitted a memo. We will be dealing first with the memo that we submitted. In the memo submitted by us, we recommended that the title of the bill be amended. I'm dealing specifically with the law, not with history now, with the law. You people were about going to. We suggested that the name Kuru should be deleted. It should be reading chief in order for other parties, other people within the society to have a sense of belonging. That's why we recommended that the name Kuru should be deleted. It should be chief. Giving you this leadership to save souls, to help people out of their predicament. I call on this honorable house that let the truth alone be played to the glory of God. God is seeing all of us, and God is watching. Women and children are crying. Our husbands have died in numbers. We assume the duty of our husbands. Children have nobody to cry unto. This issue in Takum has lasted for 28 good years. Children that are born now are in the university. May God help you in this position, sir. I call upon you that God will help you, that the truth alone will come to play in this gathering in the mighty name of Jesus.
Recommend restraint for peace to reign. Our members and indeed the church will suffer much should there be any uprising or violent crisis resulting from this law. We advise that the House deliberate unlikely reaction of the people and exercise some restraint.
Sir, we stand here today to represent an interest, having gone through the proposed bill submitted to this revered State House of Assembly. At all material times, you see minority of a people, a class, or a race suffer certain disadvantages in any community. I remember when we came in here this morning, we were listed as number 6 when we submitted our memorandum. And later a call was made, there was a little confusion, and because this very group is a minority, we have been stayed down until this moment. And that exactly is why this very group is crying out very loud. The memorandum actually has been submitted, and I will not take much of our time because the person who represented the Jukun community of Takum talked so much on the annexure to our presentation. It is in this light that we are saying that what we are here to do is that there is a small people who are voiceless and will need representation.
The truth about this too, we don't know. We don't know. Mr. Chairman, it is a personal decision. His grandfather died a honorable man. It's a personal decision. And we are in the same situation. House. So, with this, I will say, the Lord said, vengeance is mine. The 75 Gazette came with a lot of histories, among which there was disagreement between the Kutep royal families in Takum and the Aku royal families of the Bama in Ukari. The Bama supported the 75 Gazette. The coincidences are too many. Then it was the time of the reign of Adali, who is the father of Matakitwi, the president of Adali. Look at what a coincidence. God is giving us a situation. Adali stood that 75 Gazette must see the light of the day. In the meeting at the Okare Traditional Council Chamber, tempers rose. Late Adali told late Ali Ibrahim that I am groundnut oil. I don't sleep. Late Ali Ibrahim told him, you have slept. If what you are proposing to do is true, you will live beyond 3 days. You will live beyond 3 days. If what you are doing about this 75 Gazette, if you are conspiring to sell out your brother, and I'm wrong, you will live beyond 3 days. If not, if what you are doing is not the right thing, you will not live beyond 3 days. And this come to pass. Adali died exactly 3 days after that issue.
Do they have their representative here? Council of Traditional Rulers. Okay.
I am here on behalf of the Council of Traditional Councils to represent the Akuka of Ukari, and we are here to also show our solidarity and goodwill for what the House of Assembly are embarking upon. Ours is support.
The committee, which says it is committed to resolving the 28-year-old Tussle, has submitted its recommendations to the House. The committee is working around the clock to ensure that justice prevails in resolving the kingship dispute in Takum. The bill also advocated the creation of 3 third-class tools, which has now been ratified by the State Assembly. After deliberating on the report of a public hearing on the bill presented by the House Committee Chairman on Local Government, Tradition and Chieftaincy Affairs, the state lawmakers passed it into law in a unanimous decision. They agreed that the first-class tool would now be rotated among Chamba Kutep and Jukun Takum ethnic groups.
I listened also very carefully that reference was made to previous government for not taking any steps at all, and that they believe they were all neutral as far as the case was concerned. I read something yesterday while I was going through the report, and in that book the writer says the darkest place in the hell is reserved for those who maintain neutrality in time of moral crisis. So even the Boka people will not reach where they will reach. We must take decision, and I think that this committee has done so very well to see that the bill before us gets the right definition that will accommodate everybody in Takum local government. Our own appeal to everybody is, let's embrace this. This is the only way that peace will finally return in Takum. Let everybody have a sense of belonging. Let everybody have a family. Let everybody have his own traditional institution or his culture norms recognized. I think that is what this bill intends to do. No tribe will reign forever. There's nobody among the persons that's going to be employed that is immortal. For sure, one day, another tribe will test it. Another day, another one will test it. So thank you so very much, Mr. Chairman, for giving us this opportunity.
I
want to add my voice to the report of the committee. And I want to say this, that the bill before us is actually a bill that I believe that whatever may be, if being passed and ascended to, should be able to communicate to everybody in Taraba State, especially to the Taraba State Council of Chiefs, because it's a bill that brings about accommodation so that there should be peace in Takum. So in the same vein, I believe that a time will come that similar situation may happen in some particular place. And once that happens, the way it's being taken here, they should be able to accommodate as well, so that the spirit of accommodation and sharing should come to stay in Taraba State. Maybe
this step has been taken. I want to say, Mr. Chairman, that being a member of this 10th Assembly, I am not only proud, but I know that any assembly that will come after this will be a reference towards and the step that this assembly has taken. And let me add to what my colleague from Gashaka said concerning the Sardona traditional stool. Yes, by the virtue of accommodating the neighbors, a similar decision was taken. Sometimes we have to go through certain pains to make sure that peace is restored. And such was taken, and I want to believe today, even the deaf and the blind can bear that anything concerning traditional stool on the Mambila Plateau has come to rest, and peace has been restored. We want to believe that such a step will be taken and it shall accommodate everyone in Takum. Thank you.
Attempts have been made to implement previous laws, and it has not worked. To go on and insist on implementing those laws at this time may not be the most practical and sensible thing to do, which is why this new law, as recommended by this committee, to my mind, is a very good attempt by His Excellency at trying something that may be practically implemented in our day and time. Some parts are bitter and hard to swallow, but we must tell ourselves the truth in this dangerous and hard time. And like he said, we do not want the darkest place in hell to be reserved for us, so we must take a position. And the position of this committee, which I give my full support to, is what has been laid and presented. So I hereby move that we adopt the report as laid by our Honorable Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The Deputy Speaker of the House, Hamanadama Abdullahi, who presided over the sitting, stated that the decision was the best approach to accommodating everyone claiming ownership to the stool.
Don't worry. Now, Mr. Clark, you can communicate to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, that this House has graciously approved and passed the report on the Chieftaincy of Takum, the rotational first class, and that of task class. And Mr. Clark, you are now directed to produce the clean copy for his assent. Thank you.
The bill has now been signed into law by Governor Kefas after receiving the copy from the State Deputy Speaker. Governor Kefas commended the lawmakers for putting the interest of the state above their personal interest. The Deputy Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Abdullahi Borkono, who handed the bill to the governor in Takum for assent, said the bill has gone through all legislative processes. He said based on the bill, the first-class stool of Takum, which has been vacant for decades, will be rotated among Kutep, Chamba and Jukum, while 3 third-class chiefs will be appointed for the 3 tribes. He said the new law will contribute significantly to the development of Taraba State.
Well, I don't think there's any issues on all these things. If there are issues, I don't think the House will go through all they've gone through. We're all looking at reality with history. The situation on ground now is something that we have to include everybody in what we are doing. So I'm glad that the members look into it critically. They've told you the stages and the rigorous processes that the bill went through before it's been assigned to law. So I think they've done very well, and I'm glad that we are all in the same page. So that means all of us are working for the interests of the state, and so I want to commend them for their cooperation.
First and foremost, you had His Excellency remark. He said there is history and there is the reality and the purpose of togetherness. And you say in his agenda, he says he's going to run a government of inclusiveness. Everybody must be included in this government. So there is a vacant tool of Takum for decades. A lot of crises and whatever is going on. And therefore, with his own magnanimity, he sent a bill to the Taraba State of Assembly, bringing a reality on the ground to establish a paramount chief in Takum, which the tools will be rotational between the inhabitants of Takum, be you Kuteman, be you a Jukum of Takum and a Chamberman. These are the paramount tools that will be rotated between the 3 inhabitant tribes. And furthermore, we are not establishing the Tatla chief that will go to the Bansu of Takum, that is Jukum man, of Takum and the Chamber. And in the process of a lawmaking in the assemblies, it has to go, a due process must have to follow. This must have to follow. After a transmission of a bill to the House of Assembly, the first reading has to be taken, the second reading and the third reading. And after the second reading, there will be a public hearing where everybody must come to the house and voice out his grievances. Therefore, all has been taken, and for that purpose, the bill passed into the law. It has come to stay for the purpose of togetherness, for the purpose of oneness, and the purpose of furtherance of Takum people and Taraba State as large.
The House Committee Chairman on Local Government, Tradition and Chieftaincy Affairs, Abel Dyer Peter, and his committee members also recommended a modification of the title to give every tribe in the dispute a sense of belonging. Also recommended a modification of the title to give every tribe in the dispute a sense of belonging.